Lastly, I want to thank the GM sites who have come from abroad. There are about almost 200, 250 of them. That's the spirit, my dear GM sites. I'm happy you people came. Similarly, people have come from outstation, and there are a lot of people who have come from Mumbai. So all of them, a hearty thank you. Lastly, this is the first time I think any institution has decided to honor teachers who have completed over 75 years and who have served the GMC. And that is also a spirit we should keep going. You know why I'm saying you should keep going the spirit? Because I am 65, I'll soon become 75. Anyway, so with these words, and yes, and Ramaraji, of course, I'm sorry I missed him. You see, at this age of 65, little bit of forgetfulness is going to be there. But I can assure you I don't have Alzheimer's yet. Apart from that, now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to throw the dice open to the iconic, the great, the lovely. Oh, you got something? Mr. 1 minute, please, you want to talk. Thank you.
The great Sachin has worn the colors of India for many years. He has taken India. I still remember at one time, if Sachin didn't play, India didn't play. That is what it was. Sachin was India, India was Sachin. And he was always adorned with the Indian colors. Today, I would request our chairperson to give him the GMC colors.
Yeah, come please. This is to, before that, I wanted to say that we must thank the Dean and the Vice Dean of the JJ Hospital Grand Medical College. They're busy with some meetings, they're not able to come. They have been very, very kind to us. It's very good. And some people want to know, how come Sachin won Bharat Ratna at such a young age? I don't know whether he knows the answer, but I know it. He has won the Bharat Ratna because he is the single most individual who made the whole country focus on one thing when he was in action. This is something which is phenomenal. And therefore he deserves it every bit. I now request you to the honors. Yes. This is a sports shirt, so you can keep playing.
Hey!
Now I will request our chief guest, Sachin Tendulkar, to release the souvenir which has been printed for this occasion. Will you say a few words? Ladies and gentlemen, now I invite Dr. Aparna Santanam, who will interact with Sachin for all of us.
Thank you, Dr. Jairam, and good evening, all my fellow GM sides. I know nobody wants to really hear me speak. You all are here to hear Sachin speak. But considering that we were coming for a GMC function, Sachin said he'd rather take questions in the style of the Vivas that we have. So we said rather than make him talk, we'll ask him questions. Sachin, one of the things we have in common today, you and I, is that we are both here because of Anjali. Otherwise, I don't expect myself to be on stage on a function like this, and you wouldn't be at a GMC function if not for her. Now, just like what Dr. Jairam shared with us, all of us have a special, our first moment of GMC story. So you're obviously not a doctor, but I'm sure you have a first moment at GMC when you came to meet your wife's story as well. Can you share that story with us?
Okay. Good evening, friends. I wouldn't, I would like to say that I'm part of your team because my association with your college started in 1990. I'm glad not as many doctors were there around when I used to sneakily come and meet Anjali. So thank you very much for giving me my space. Uh, Now I remember, in case you thought that I was there to appreciate your hospital, you're under the wrong impression. I was there to appreciate someone else. But overall, it was a fantastic experience. I had not visited pediatric wards, and something which I learned about neonates and all that. Those terms are not cricketing terms, but the experience was fantastic. I mean, those were wonderful years, and I was able to come and meet her, which was really important. Made some friends in your college who continue to be my friends. It means a lot to me. So overall experience, wonderful. And this evening has made it even more special.
Yeah, that's true, Sachin. It's also true that Anjali knew nothing of cricket till when she met you. So just like you learned the term neonate, she also learned a lot of terms from you. But one of the things I wanted to ask you is, we've often read that in your long career, you've been plagued by injuries on and off. And in spite of the injuries, you've carried on and continued playing for the country. Did having a doctor wife oftentimes help you seek the right treatment or reach the right people in terms of getting over your injuries quicker?
See, here I've made many doctor friends because of two reasons. One, because of cricketing circle. My senior cricketers got me in touch with Dr. Zoshi, Dr. Warrior, so many doctors here I know. And Anjali got me in touch with various other doctors. I mean, for my mother, if there was some treatment needed, for my brothers or whoever, family members, it was her. And above all, I thought I spent a lot of time in these scans, doing MRIs and various different scans. Anjali was always there, supportive, and giving me positive vibes. I mean, normally when a sportsman undergoes difficult stages in life, having surgeries and all that, it's difficult to stay positive. You always end up saying that, why does it have to happen to me? And Anjali was instrumental in keeping me positive that time, because for quite some time in my career, the first half of my career, I didn't have any injury. I was able to play all the games, and maybe 10, 12 years down the line after I had played international cricket, I faced some injuries, some challenges, and that's where Anjali was instrumental in keeping me positive. And doctor in the hospital is very good, but doctor at home is better.
That's actually a very, very good answer. Doctor at home, I think, is the best. Just going back a little bit to a couple of doctors that you mentioned who've helped you out with your injuries, can you share some story of where you played, maybe with severe pain, with the help of one of the doctors, maybe one of our own doctors? That would be interesting for us to hear.
My first tour itself, I went to Pakistan in the fourth test match. I got hit on my nose. I broke my nose. I continued batting. That could be one injury. I mean, when the doctors actually, Vishwas Raut was there on the field, and he asked me, "Do you want to leave and go back in the dressing room, because it's a bad injury." So I have played. I mean, when you become a sportsman and then you have certain responsibilities, people look up to you. There are various challenges. You don't want to back off. You want to go full throttle, as I always call it. Uh, Especially when you are in Pakistan, you cannot back off. Don't don't get me wrong. I'm, no, it was fun to face that challenge there, and I thought it was a situation whether it makes you or it breaks you, and I'm glad I didn't shy away from that challenge. There have been other occasions where I had gone to a doctor for some another scan, and they suddenly realized that I have a broken rib. Uh, to play with these kind of injuries in Zimbabwe once when I was playing, I had broken my foot. I knew that I have broken my foot, but The next game was a real important one, and I told the physio that I'm not interested in looking at the X-rays. I'm going to play the next match, and then we'll talk about my injury. It was a different story that, post that, for 3 months, I was kept out of action. Uh, Dr. Zoshi was instrumental in that, in accompanying me to various specialists, and I have spent some quality time with him because he's traveled with me to various places. And so many other doctors. Dr. Warrior has helped me on number of occasions when I've had finger injuries. All my hand injuries were, I got his guidance. I occasionally, even after cricketing days now, I think I'll end up going to him when I have started playing racket games and all that. So be ready, I can spot him there. So be ready, I'll come with some injury. But thanks to all the doctors for their contribution. I think with pain you can play, but without doctors you can't.
Well, it's definitely nice to know that doctors of GMC beyond Anjali have played a role in your career as well. When I told some people that I was coming here to ask you some questions, many of them sent in questions. So one of the questions that kept coming up was, usually when you want to, treat your husband or you want to do something for him, you just call up a restaurant, make a booking and take him out there. Now, judging by the way you were mobbed here today, Anjali could never do that to you. So can you share maybe what is the most romantic thing that she's done for you, which was completely unexpected for you?
Maybe I should put her in that position and let her answer this question. I No, I think between any couple there are romantic moments. You like to surprise each other. I think when I scored my 100th 100, she knew exactly how long it took me to get to the 100th 100 after 99th 100, and I was stressed. I mean, that's nothing new that I'm saying to you guys. We all know that I was stressed and that somehow that 100th 100 was not coming. But when I got my 100th 100 and got back home, they organized a party. I mean, Anjali and Sara organized all my close friends to come home without me knowing, and then all of a sudden, I walk into a living room with shorts and singlet, and I see all my friends, and I was completely zapped because that was the last thing I was expecting. So that was a wonderful gesture. So, and one of many. So yeah, these
I
things
remember that party too. It was wonderful. And just talking of Sara, one quick question. It's almost like scripted that Sara shows some inclination to want to become a doctor like her mother, and Arjun is playing cricket. So was it something planned between the two of you, or was it just something that happened that their interest naturally developed there?
No, it wasn't planned. I think as a child you have role models, and you always look up to your father or your mother, your brother. I looked up to my father in a manner where I wanted to become even 50% of the nature that he was. I mean, he was an incredible person. So I always felt that if I could be even 50% of what he was, I would be a terrific person in nature. And that he always told me that, you work on being a nice person, because that is going to go beyond your cricketing years. It will stay with you permanently. And I would be happier if people told me that your son is a better human being than a cricketer. So that would be so I think Arjun has traveled with me and played cricket with me all the time. Sara has followed what Anjali has been able to achieve in her life. She has seen how difficult and how tough it was for her to get to where she is today. I know to practice medicine is not easy when you have 3 kids at home. Don't get me wrong, I'm the third one, so so there have been examples who've influenced their minds. At no stage we forced both of them. They have the freedom to be what they want to be in life. Our job is to guide them, direct them, and encourage them. So it's a coincidence.
That's nice to hear because it's nice to support your children and what they want to do. So, one last question, Sachin, is that we as doctors, we have very long professional careers. So once we become doctors, we practically do our profession till, when we're physically incapable of doing it. You, on the other hand, are from a profession where most sportsmen's careers are not even half of what yours has been. And to play cricket at the highest levels for 24 years, to stay motivated, to come back in spite of injury and deliver, one better performance after another. Can you leave us with a message which will keep us motivated in our careers, long as they may be, keep us like you, raring to go? I know there are lots of times.
For such a long time, I was listening to doctors, and now you want me to tell them what to do.
I think absolutely.
They would tell me, okay, this is what is wrong with your body, and chill, relax, be patient. Injuries do take time. So
No, that
what
is
can
true.
I tell?
But
No,
mainly
I just want to.
excel.
I'm basically here to thank you from the bottom of my heart for two reasons: for allowing me to meet Anjali, and various doctors, not just for me but for my entire family. Uh, you've been really helpful. Uh, you see, we have many heroes in our nation. Few of them play cricket, few of them act and do various things. But I think doctors are the real heroes because you save lives. In batting, you get lives. In real life, you don't. You save them. So, whatever I say and however much I thank, it's not enough. I'd again like to say a big thank you for all your contribution in allowing me to play 24 years. I don't think it would have been possible. 24 years, yes, you say it's a long time. Yes, without your contribution, it would not have been possible. So a big thank you to you.
Thank you so much, Sachin, and thank you all of you for listening patiently.
Now we have, listen.
Message for the budding doctors has to be that follow your seniors. मराठीत नमस्कार मराठीत सांगतो की तुम्ही एवढे ओरडताय ॲज इफ की आपण कुठे लंडनमध्ये बसलोय मुंबईत बसलो मराठीत बोलणार नाही माझा मेसेज तुम्हाला एकच आहे की जे मला माझ्या वडिलांनी सांगितलं मी लहान होतो वाढता इंडियाला खेळलो ते माझं स्वप्न होतं आणि ज्या वेळेला खेळलो मला नीट आठवतं मी त्यांच्यावर बँड्रेला गाडीत बसलो होतो आणि वडिलांनी मला हेच सांगितलं की क्रिकेट किती वेळ चालेल मे बी 10 वर्ष 15 वर्ष त्यावेळेला कोणालाही माहिती नव्हतं इवन मलाही माहिती नव्हतं की मी 24 वर्ष खेळेन पण देवाच्या कृपेने 24 वर्ष झाले खेळणं क्रिकेट आणि त्यावेळेला बाबांचं सर्वात इम्पॉर्टंट ॲडवाईस मला होता आहे सगळं टेम्पररी असतं आयुष्यात फक्त तुझं नेचर जे आहे ते तुझ्या शेवटच्या श्वासापर्यंत असणार तुझ्याबरोबर तर चांगला माणूस व्हायचा प्रयत्न पहिला कर आणि नंतर बाकीच्या गोष्टी करा तर मी हे तुम्हाला पण तेच सांगतो की चांगलं माणूस व्हायला पहिलं बघा चांगला माणूस असाल तर चांगली ट्रीटमेंट नक्कीच करू शकाल
Wonderful take home message. Now we have another proud moment, sir. We have a proud GM site here, standing right next to me. Where is he? Dr. Shashank Joshi. He has had the exemplary honor of getting a Padma Shri this year. And I would request our chief guest, Sachin ji, to give him our GMC colors. A Bharat Ratna felicitating a Padma Shri. I would now request Dr. Saple, our secretary, to propose a vote of thanks.
I think yeah. Okay. I was.
We should respect her wish. She decided that she will just come and Sachin will speak. Let's respect. You are a GM side. You are capable of being extremely gracious. And I know you're going to be gracious. Thank you very much.
Uh, uh, since yesterday night, I was thinking how I should thank. I think before I start, Sachin has already said what I was thinking. Whenever he used to create records, he used to think of his family first, and that is what is required. He wanted some message. He has given very strong message. Be with the family, and that's what I was practicing yesterday. Since yesterday, first, I must thank Sachin and Anjali coming for such a nice occasion. It- Of course, then the second is all of you are making this occasion such a successful. Then Sudesh, in spite he had some problem, but then Vijay, when he approached, he said for the GMC there is no problem. So thank you Sudesh for his coming. Yeah. Then our chairman Dr. Jairam, vice chairman Vijay Panikar, and then our committee heads Dr. Tanekar, Dr. Dagli, Satish Naik, Dr. Ram Raja, of course, we always forget him because he's a junior most probably. And of course, we cannot forget Anand Joshi. He was instrumental in bringing Sachin here. Yeah.
Saple, Ram Raja has been forgotten because he is yet to bring Ram Rajya.
And of course, our dean and the vice dean, somehow they could not come. We are thankful to them because this could not have possible without their support. And if I have forgotten anybody, please pardon me. And again, once again, I'm thanking everybody who is making all the GM side making this program successful. Thank you.
Please don't crowd round. Please don't crowd round. Thank you. We can, and that ends the session. Thank you very much, Anjali. Thank you, Sachin. Thank you, Aparna. Thank you. Yes, please. Please. अरे भैया ओ माइक वाले किसको बुलाओ निकाल